first exhibition match to go. Obviously, they had the 2 female players that played, and there was nothing of value there. Big ups to them playing because it showed that 2 rookies can jump in there, press some buttons, and have a good time. Thank you, ArcSys and Works, for that. Greatly appreciated. Okay? That's great. But, you know, we need a little more than that. Okay? So, without further ado, let's get into the players. On the left, P1 side, Fenritti. Longtime BlazBlue player, plays Jin in BlazBlue. And obviously people know him for his, Cell, Bardock, Vegeta team. Or Kid Buu now, I think he plays in Dragon Ball. Sorry, it's been a while since I checked out his gameplay. But a lot of people know him for Dragon Ball. A lot of people know him also for BlazBlue. Easily the best Jin in Japan. Obviously, it makes sense for him to play Kai Kisuke in Guilty Gear because of, obviously, Kai is the framework for Jin. And obviously, since that's gone way past that trope at this point, Jin is his own character, Kai is his own character. They have their own separate identities, but it makes sense that he would come back and play Kai, right? So that's Fenritti. Fenrich. I always call him Fenritti because it's always funny. You know, Fenritti. Anyway, next up on the right side, we got Tomo. Tomo is, and probably forever will be, the best Leo in Japan. He's just ridiculous. He got second at Evo to Omido, and I believe it was 2017, and he's just a ridiculous player, dude. His character coming back to Guilty Gear is honestly no surprise, especially with him being introduced in Xrd. It only makes sense for characters who were introduced in Xrd to come back. I'm not sure if Bedman will be back, but that's a different story. Anyway, he looks like he's very comfortable at home with Leo in this version. It looks like Leo's still doing Leo things, especially now in Brian Hilder's stance, his back turn stance. He has a command grab now, and he does make use of that here. Some quick notables about this match from what I saw from yesterday, and now being objective today. A thing to note is the damage output in the game is a little bit lower as opposed to the beta in which we all played that a lot of people were not too happy about. So, another quick thing to point out too, the interface looks a bit better. It's still not the best, obviously, but it's better than what the hell it was in the beginning. So, without further ado, let's get this shit cracking. Let's see what's going on between Fenritti and Tomo.
Kai 対レオ、はい。どちらも結構技の性能はスタンダード寄りです。はい。で、両キャラクターですね。出るのが早い。
Also, guys, my notifications are going to be off while going over this for obvious reasons. Alright, let's get it.
距離が離れた時にどういった飛び道具の打ち合いになるのかっていったところ。で、お互いがそれに対してどういう風に対策するのかがちょっと見どころですね。はい、ありがとうございます。それでは見ていきましょう。
Get the coffee.
すごい揃ってますね、部下が。が揃ってるけどごめんなさいボイスがまだ入っておりません。大丈夫です。少々待って。収録は終わってるんですね。収録は再生しよう。収録はこの前やりましたけど。そしてレオが今回初登場ですよね。そうですね。しっかり動くのを。
Alright, so already you can see Leo's far slash is really good. The range on his far slash is insane. Look at that. Look at the range on that far slash. Boom. Alright, there's a run slash. Boom. See that far slash? This already means Leo's footsies are going to be amazing. Because normally you would hit heavy slash at this range. Now, I could be mistaken and this could be his heavy slash. I could be wrong. But generally speaking, most characters in this game, their far slash tends to have like a lot of reach. And their far slash tends to have some type of auto combo attached to it. Give or take, barring your character. I'm assuming for Leo it is somewhat of an auto combo, like slash, like far slash, or it could be as heavy. I'm not sure. Haven't played him yet. But this already signifies he's going to have a good time playing footsies now. Before you would achieve this range with stand heavy slash. So now he looks like he's doing it with stand far slash. Pretty good so far. Alright, Brian Hilder's stance. He's getting juggles. So, to me, it's looking like from this situation here, right here, it's looking like his Breinhilder is gonna set him up for some kind of mix-up now. Now, I don't think that Tomo needed to go for the back turn slash, because it looked like he had enough time to dash up and keep the pressure. But hits slash here and then goes for the overhead, and Kai's already fully recovered. So, in this game, currently, OTGs do a lot of damage. So, like, if you look at the conversion here, boom, now watch the OTG hit. That's pretty sizable damage in comparison to older titles. But I do think that getting the hit here, he didn't have to go for this OTG. But I think if he went for the back turn slash into the cross up slash, that would have been pretty good Oki instead of going for overhead here. Because Kai is going to be he's in iframe state, and he's not getting hit here. But it did open up another door here, which allowed him to bait and get a parry. So there's going to be some interesting things for his knockdown game already. And you can see Tomo already has been exploring that, which is good. Also, really quick on Kai, they changed the lightning strike now. So when you block, you know how in the beta, if you hit them, they would flicker blue. Now they flicker gold or yellow. So that's why there's the electrical effects around Leo. And you can see the damage output, not ridiculous. Nice. Good confirm. Big damage. Party time. That was a good game. So again, this is Tomo, like, pretty much showing off a lot of the newer things Leo can do. This combo is pretty standard for Leo. Then gets the crossover, the burst bait. But there's some other things to kind of note here. Is that when Leo hits you with run slash, that this is burst safe. This is basically showing this may or may not be burst safe. So this right here is something to be concerned about. Cause you see how high that they float, and then look, the slash comes out, and then Kai's already sky high. So that's looking like a burst safe move. Not only that, I'm wondering if Leo could shield that. Most likely he can. And the ground pound is a new move from Leo, so that seems to help with his juggles. Good pressure from Fenritti. Yeah, now this state kind of had me wondering. So it's looking like this move, even though it's not like Greed Seaver, this is kind of like his old this is like Kai's old Ray Divider. Ray Divider was an overhead, but it functions more like that. Like, they always give Kai this like flip move. That's like standard. It's kind of like when you watch Code Geass and like Suzaku's just doing a bunch of roundhouse kicks in like every season. Kind of like this guy. So this move, I'm assuming the way this move now is, it's meant to call out mash. So if people are like mashing, probably use it just to like clap that, because it hops over. So I don't know. It's looking to me like Kai still looks like Kai. Nice conversion. Granted, this is a big thing about this game. They want to keep combos short. But now look, here you go. Boom, gets the hard knockdown. into fireball, and then Kai gets his pressure again. Now, the thing to note about this, though, is how far away Kai is. So, I think this is still a good situation to be in. The good thing here is, like, you know, Kai is not, like, snatching up your entire life bar. But he does DP, RC, gets the other side, 2H, boom. Now, it'd be cool to see if there's more that can be done. But if this is the case with the combos, and the combos are short like this, if they're short and sweet like this and still let you get Oki, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Also, something to note, because I think a lot of people were always concerned about this, about the neutral. If you look really closely, you can watch a match of Tomo versus like Ein, and you'll see neutral still looks about the same. There we go. See? And this is what I was talking about right here. See, he lands the hit. Boom. Gets a knockdown. Now, Kai is close to wall break, as you can see on the far left. Right? He is close to the wall break. So, but notice, he gets to roll up. So, it pretty much is Leo's turn. But it begets now the question is, after he gets the knockdown here, he gets the ground bounce, he's still able to move forward, right? Maybe he can go for, like, Fireball, his Sonic Boom, and RC and try to get a mix-up. Because he's not going for the, he's not, like, taking the wall break here. Okay, now, ooh. Okay, so here's the thing I want to point out. A lot of you guys are probably wondering, whoa, that did so much damage. Why? Why did that do so much damage? Now, I do wish that they fixed this, but if you see my mouse here, it's because up here, look at the risk build up here where my mouse pointer is at. This risk build is the reason why this combo did so much damage. So the bulk of the damage came from all that command grab plus the wrist build. There's the burst, the ground pound, the stomp, and it just did mad damage. It just did mad damage. So this is why I say in some cases, in some matchups, you may end up just focusing on, you're still going to have to choose between going for the wall break or holding off and letting the wall break reset and then maybe do something different and then get the wall break instead of doing the wall break in an earlier combo, set it up for the next combo. Does that make sense? Obviously, you could pick and choose. I'm still of the same opinion that you have the ability to pick and choose what you want from that case. Obviously, it may be different for every character as the game evolves because not everyone's going to get a hard knockdown in a situation like that, right? But you can prepare for it. I'm pretty sure there will be ways to prepare for it. Moving forward, now we're back to neutral. Boom. Really good here from Fenritti. Yeah, like Fenritti does a good job of keeping his spacing. Random super. And he risked it. He risked the anti-air. He risked the reversal. I'm pretty sure wall break kills. I think that hit in itself just didn't kill. Actually, wall break does kill, and in beta it killed. Alright, game 2. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah. See? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Watch this opening here. Alright. Watch this whole sequence. Boom. See, previously, this move didn't juggle you like this. Now he gets free Brian Hilder stance. Slash. Heavy slash. Run slash again. Because the first one causes ground bounce. The next one causes knockdown. And he has the ability to move. Which means Leo can now play the side swap game. Providing they still left that as a mechanic for him to side swap off his Brian Hilder dash. So, yeah. I mean, look at, he has more than enough time to walk up. That says a lot. So, Leo's looking like he's gonna have his. It's looking like Leo is still the same character. So if you played him before, you'll be pleasantly surprised. And this makes me wonder. I'm wondering now, seeing that, if Leo's fireball is just a fireball input now versus a charge. Because, or the charge time is shorter. Because, look what he did. He did like, looks like slash fireball and then slash fireball again, or heavy fireball, I don't know. But that's pretty quick. So I'm wondering if they made his fireball not a charge input anymore. And this move is still bad. This move is still bad. The really bad part here is his jump dust actually was counter hit. And like, well, it said punish, so I guess it's really not counter hit. I do kind of wish that they put the player cams above. But I feel like they also designed this UI really quickly. I feel like they designed the UI for this type of thing. I feel like if that's going to be the case, then when you put things like punish up there, it needs to be kind of like a little bit lower. So like here, like maybe underneath here or something like that, or something here underneath the players. This way you can see that. Because it's clear that they kind of designed this for this kind of layout. But whatever, moving forward. That move still sucks. Leo's jump D is like never gonna be good. Whoa, wait. Is that what I think it is? Is Kai's DP still low price? Oh no. He did Brian Hilder punch. So that means Brian Hilder punch still has like upper body. Poor Kai. Poor Kai. Poor Kai. Brian Hilder punch still has upper body. So that must mean Kai's active frames on his DP are kind of late. So he can do Brian Hilder punch over Kai's wake up. Before, you used to just low profile it with like a 2K or 2D, barring your character. You can kind of time it. Because on reversal timing, you can kind of... You can pretty much get away with it. You can pretty much get away with low profiling his uppercut. But Brian Hilder P having enough iframes to get through, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. And I say this because in the previous set, or in the previous game, he does DP RC and that hit grounded. Granted, where I guess actually I take that back. It's not that it hit grounded; it hit properly, but Kai went flying and he didn't jump over. But it seemed like when he DP'd, he just casually glided to the other side, right? So, but either way it goes, this is kind of huge, and it might just be Kai's uppercut. That might not be everybody's. Who knows? It depends, but we'll see. Back to it, and then look at that. So Brian Hilder P, it whiffs. Hey, the slash. Gets the counter hit. Boom, dead. That's crazy. Yeah, I used to AA before, but it didn't have that much iframes. Maybe it would clash, but that's a lot of iframes.
そうですね、できる技もあるといったところです。はい、ありがとうございます。
It's looking like they're keeping the Gatling routes the way they used to be, actually. I haven't seen anyone do like 2P close slash or anything like that. It's still going into that. Dude. It's also looking like Leo's 6P is good anti-air. And I say that, if you look at the counter hit state for it, like, watch how Kai looks, right? Boom. Right? Kai is still airborne. Kai is still airborne right here. Still airborne. Right? Gets the run slash. Boom. And then he gets to stroll up. Man. Leo looking like he might be really annoying. Okay, now it looks like Tomo tried it again. Right? So he gets the ground pound. Dash up. Yeah, he tried to 5P it again. He tried to Breinhilder P it again. So it's a timing thing. So see? There it is. So he definitely tried to go for it again. So I'm wondering if maybe Fenritti picked a different DP. I'm wondering if that's the case. Maybe he did slash DP the first time. And this time he did heavy. I don't know. But I don't know if this was reversal timing or not. It looks like it might be delayed. Maybe delayed. But I mean, either way it goes, he still clapped him for it. Boom. Gets the wall. Boom. The electricity. Do it again. Damn. And then the OTG damage. That, my friends, it did a good chunk of damage. And then run slash for the OTG. Yeah. Makes sense. So off rip, we can already see there's a lot of mechanics going on here. There's a lot of things to take note of. I believe this is game 3. Yeah, this is game 3. So I believe Fenritti pretty much turns it up here. And then I feel like this is going to end up being the air-to-air game right here. Check this out. Really good jump in here from Fenritti. Jump slash, counter hit, air dash cancel. Boom. Boom. And then get to stay up. It's pretty dope. That's pretty good. I think this might be the air-to-air game at some point. Like, this doesn't look too bad. You know, the air dash cancel and normals. That's kind of interesting. Kind of allows you to take a straight hit and make it into something. Since the air combos are pretty short in this game, just combos in general just shorten the game in general. It's not even... It's not. It just is. It's looking like it's going to be a lot easier to take advantage of that. And for what it's worth, like, that air-to-air is really good damage. Boom, boom, That's good damage. Good throw break. And there it is, the wall break kill. Wall break does kill. Nice, nice. So
そちらを最大限活用したのが今のコンボですかね。
Something to note on Kai's slides, it doesn't give you hard knockdown anymore, so he won't be able to keep that up. You know? It's pretty huge. Before, Kai would get a slide, knock you down, and it's party time, right? Now it's like, oh, slide? Okay, cool, we tech rolling that. So even though Fenritti he can move up, he's not at any major advantage. And that seems to be like the case with a lot of stuff in Strive where like they're kind of forcing neutral and making you play again. You land your combo, barring your character, maybe it's something big, maybe it's something small. It depends on how your knockdowns game works. So interesting that he has to roll up again. And also interesting that Tomo decided to back up. But this is also still new, you know, this is all still new.
まあ2日間しか触っていないはずなんですが、さあこのやり込みのスピード、さすがのこのメンツ。
Only gives hard knockdown if shocked. Yeah, I don't know how it works. Good blocks. Fenritti defense too good. Fenritti. I agree with that. I do think that they're trying to do that as well. Fenritti, this ending portion here, if we just come back to this, Fenritt's defense is really on point. And like you can tell that this is still normal Guilty Gear with the way Tomo's playing it here. Like Tomo's like, alright, it's time to go ham. And also Tomo makes use of the guard point. What also shows that, you know, he gets to turn the situation around. And Fenritti right now, his risk gauge is it's at risk. It is really at risk. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's crazy. Actually, let's actually take a look at the risk build off rip. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Woo! Damn. Bruh. Okay, hold on now. Hold on there, partner. Yo, look at the wrist build from Brynhilder Slash, bruh. Yo, yo. That was like a whole chunk in itself. Bruh. So in like one sequence, this is pretty normal, but it's still a lot. Boom. All right. Okay, that's a lot of wrist build. Man, that slash build up like a chunk. Granted, it's also dependent on the attack levels because when he was doing Brynhilder PKP, which will be coming up here, I'll show you right now. Boom. Okay, right here he does PKP, right? PKP. Didn't really build that much. The run slash in itself built up a good chunk, right? But PKP, it's like okay. Brynhilder P builds a lot actually. In comparison to K. Yeah. Yeah, K is like minimal. And P builds a good amount. And then heavy built like a chunk. And then slash, Brynhilder slap. Heavy and slash heavy builds a chunk. Yeah, I beat some of it. That's true. That is true. That is true. I need to see. Oh, he is just guarding. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Fenritti is just okay. So yes, thanks for catching that. See, if they didn't have these player icons here, I could see the mechanics. So this is just. See, there's the S and there's a T. So he's definitely instant blocking. And instant blocking moves definitely does build up risk gauge. So okay, now things are making a bit more sense. Yeah. It does make a lot more sense. He just guarded a good chunk of it actually. Let me see where he started just guarding. 1, 2, 3, He just guarded 3 attacks. Okay. So now things are making a bit more sense on the wrist build, but I still don't understand the instant block mechanic in this game yet, because they say it doesn't have any pushback, but it's kind of the same in the other Guilty Gears. Like even in Xrd, like when you IB something, it doesn't really push back. They're saying it doesn't push back, period, in this game, from what I'm understanding. If that's the case, then that makes making certain moves punishable a bit better. So like if something is punishable but you're not close enough for it, instant blocking it will keep you close enough next to them to where you can punish it. So it changing frame data may not be a thing, but if it helps you get punishes, then it will be worthwhile to learn to instant block certain parts of strings, as opposed to like you'd see Fab instant block like an entire block string. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to do that, but if this helps it, it's something interesting. But I think the other big takeaway here outside of instant block is that Leo still looks like Leo, and Kai still looks like Kai. Like there's nothing in here that suggests that you wouldn't be at home. I'm not gonna front. I don't know if shock state causes hard knockdown from slide. Someone in chat mentioned that. Maybe that is a thing. I don't know. I didn't play Kai in the beta. Maybe it was like that. If anyone can confirm that, feel free. But yeah, I don't see really any major differences between these two characters and their playstyle. It's interesting from a design standpoint if you can get the same effect without adjusting the frame data from FD and IB. Yeah, perhaps. I think FD increasing pushback is fine. I think one thing about this game is there's already a lot of pushback on things. So if learning to instant block helps you reduce pushback to gain a better punish, I'm okay with that. Like let's say like for example, like I'll use frame data in Xrd because this will make a little bit more sense, right? We'll use frame data from Xrd and we'll just use Strive's like system. So based on Strive, there's no maybe I'm just guessing that there is no frame data change, right? Now if that's true, then we'll take a move like, and I'll just use Chip because it's easy, right? Chip's 5p is 3 frames, right? So if something is -4, you instant block it, it stays -4, but there's like no pushback, so you stay next to them to get a punish. I think that's a good way to go about it. Introducing the attack levels and having more attack levels just makes it more complicated and gives you more studying to do. Whereas this kind of makes it more simple and it's static. It's like, okay, if you use this mechanic now, this will help you gain this punish. And I think that's okay. It won't be as jarring for a new person. They'll have to learn attack levels 0 through 4, or in Guilty Gear, like in Guilty Gear, in AC, you had moves, we call it out here, we call it the clank, because the moves, they made the clanking sound when you hit them, and those were like level 5 moves. Instant blocking them didn't help you do shit, so because of the way the move worked, it was just, the blocks on it was just crazy, so you would have to dead angle, right? Or do other things to kind of get away from the follow-ups. But this gives you a more standardized way to get a punish, and I think that's okay. At the end of the day, I think it's fine. Yeah, it creates some. It'll definitely create consistency. So I think like in beta, IB didn't do anything, but they're saying now IB doesn't force pushback. If it doesn't force pushback, then that means you get to now the new way to learn to play now on a defensive scale is now to use your defensive options to gain punishes. So IB now leads to bigger punishes, or at least to more consistent punishes, right? So for example, in the beta, Hammerfall was very safe, right? If they did Hammerfall with no break in older games, it's like, oh, I'm going to punish you, right? No IB required. But let's say Hammerfall in Strive is like -5, but it's not punishable. If you instant block it, the -5 remains, but you're next to him now, so you get to do a bigger. Now you can actually punish him. I'm okay with that. It standardizes things, right? And makes it so now your punish game is more on frame data, knowing how to use your frame data properly. I'm okay with it. Oh, we're just talking about instant block. All right, when IB back turn H. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, let's take a look at the pushback. Yeah, see that? Oh man, yeah, that's huge. That's huge. So he IB'd that. Ooh, that's a free throw. That's actually he. Look at that. He IB'd that and no movement. That's a free punish. That's a dead character. Now, granted, that depends on if Fenritti. I mean, obviously, this is still new. No one knows frame data, right? But that's huge. That's actually huge, right? And then we can take a step further. Thank you for pointing that out, Silent. Let's see here. Boom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, granted, I think in this case, throw might be the best bet. I don't know the speed of throws in this game. I think they're still 6D. I'm still not a fan of that, but it is what it is. Throw RC, take the advantage back. Yeah, I can see it. So throw punishes might end up being some of the fastest punishes, barring how fast the throw is. The real question is this move plus? If this move is plus, then I would imagine throw is the best answer. So if anything, it's turning into like DOA, where DOA neutral throw punishes and forward throw punishes were like pretty much guaranteed to punish certain moves. If this is the case, again, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with this. There's no way overhead is plus. I mean, it's plus previously. Previously, Brian Hilder H was plus a decent amount. So we don't know. I mean, Fenritti decided to block a whole bunch of stuff as it was, you know? So we don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know. I would like to believe it's not plus, but I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch. I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch. Because Brian Hilder H was plus. It was definitely plus. Yeah, it was +6. So we don't know if it's plus anymore. So, I mean, either way it goes. If throws the punish, I'm just saying, assuming that, like, if we assume that there's no, so obviously assuming there's no pushback is not a thing. We can see clearly there's no pushback, right? But can you, like, what's your fastest option is going to be the question. You know, that's going to be the question. That's the real question. So from a mechanical standpoint, he may not be plus anymore. He may be, like I said, reducing pushback, and if throw is the new hotness, then that's just it. Throw RC and then kill him. But it looked like, if I'm to be honest, maybe it's not probably going to be +3. But there was time in between here where Fenritti, he blocks. He comes out of, I'm going to go really, really minute here. So bear with me. There's the IB. And there was a time before, yeah, you could see it. So it's probably not +6 anymore. It's probably plus something, but not enough. But he had enough time. Kai was not in Bloxton on the way down from transition guard. His guard didn't go back up until after the move came out. And Brian Hilder H to S is most likely a link like it was previously. And like I said, it's pretty visible. You can see Kai crouching down, and he puts the sword down and puts the sword back up. So it's clear. It's definitely not plus a whole lot. And if you IB it, maybe there's room to punish him before the next move comes out. Which, again, I'm definitely going to have to be in agreement with Silent here. That throw is probably going to be the wave. Maybe you throw him. Maybe you throw as your punish now. Again, it just depends on how fast the throws are. Because maybe pressing a button won't be fast enough in order to discourage the situation. Oh, positive? I think when you wall break, you gain your tension pulse goes up. I believe that was a system mechanic that we had in the beta where when you wall break, your meter gain shot up for a short period of time. So I don't remember seeing positive anything past the wall break. So right here we get positive. Yeah, it pops up on screen. Yeah, that's the only time you're going to see it. All right.
これは届いてしまう。2対1。勝利者のフェンリ選手となります。おめでとうございます。
All right, so that's a good one here from these two. We're gonna break it. We're gonna break it. We're gonna break it from here. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. It's a good. I think this was probably one of the better displays of Guilty Gear from the sets. I think this was a really, really, really good display of Guilty Gear Strive. Personally, I think this was great.